So this is Baruch Fleischman, and I'm here at the Tikkun Elevator Kollel, and it is my goal to say this shiur in 5 minutes if I can. What we're doing, we're seeing that the Kabbalah of the universe is also the Kabbalah of the organs of our body and how they work. And we're seeing this in this Torah. The Mamshech of the Omar, so it continues and it says, V'kad nachis Hashem l'libe l'gabi adni. So that is the name Yud-Ke Vav-Ke goes into the heart, and to put it next to the name Adni. The name of Havaya refers to Tiferes, which is in the mouth. El Halev, and it goes down into the heart. Shuha Malchus Shem Adni. It's Malchus. It has a name which is Adni. Mischavrin Dina Berachim and Beliba. So in the heart itself, you have a Yichud that takes place at that place. Shom Belev, Mischaver Hadin Berachim, you're joining together Din and Rachamim. V'na'asa Shom Yichud v'Shila v'Bei Shemos, and you're making a Shila of two names, and they look like this, the De'ihu, and this is this name. I'm going to pronounce it Yaktanoki, but I'm making that up. This is a Shila of the name Havaya with Adni. And it actually is a name, a powerful name of the Yichud. V'kad Salik Adni L'Puma, then you have the opposite. It says that the Adni goes up into the mouth, the Tiferes Shebepeh to the Shperes, that's the Peh. So that's Adni moving up into that. Sha'al Zera Ne'emar, the Adni, Sefasai Tiftach. It's like a calling when you begin to pray, the Shemona Esrei, you say this phrase. And the idea of the phrase is that you're calling to the Adni to come up. Sheshem Adni, Oiler B'Sefasai B'Peh, it goes up into the lips, it goes into the mouth, the he called out to be incorporated over there, Shom B'Tiferes, so that is that the Adni becomes a part of the Yud-Ke Vav-Ke. The Kabbalah Havaya B'Puma, this is opposite the Havaya that's in the mouth, and with his Chavra B'Toman train Shmacha B'Chibur Echad. So that now that Adni has moved up into the mouth, we're trying to put the two names together. And once again, this name which we have here was Yaktanoki or Havaya Adni. So let's go on and let's say Shehu Yichud v'Shila v'Bei Shemos, which is the putting together of the two names. So the same way he says that the original Yud-Ke Vav-Ke went down, so to speak, to call the Malchus, to try to draw her up. So as whether he did that, and we have this phrase Hashem Sefasai Tiftok, Hashem Eschabrim, Abei Shemus Belev, like we're the same way that we have the Yichud that takes place in the heart. We also have a Yichud that takes place in the mouth, which is where the Yud-Ke Vav-Ke is located, and this is what we're trying to develop. Kach Meschabrim Gam B'Peh, so it also joins together in the mouth. The Beginda, and for this reason, Ukmuhu Marimas Nisan, the rabbi said like this, Misha Ein Teichel, a person whose insides. Now, what does he mean by insides? So the Zohar says the secret is this is the concept of the Chavaya, which he says is in the mouth at this point. He says also can move down, it moves up and down, it can move down into mouths. But he says the Shem Chavaya Shebifnim, Kabaro Dehainu She'enim is Yached Im Shem Adne Shebechutz. So the phrase goes like this. He whose inside is not like his outside, Al Yakanis the base of Midrash. So this person should not come to learn Torah. So what he means to say is that if anybody remembers in history, or maybe it exists today, there was a group of Jews which were called Karoyim who only learned Torah Shebechsav. They didn't hold by the Torah Shebepeh. It was a whole political thing way back, and it continued on. So he says this is the problem. This is a problem area. Ki eino roi la'asav b'Torah, because if you can't put the two of them together, you can't learn. If you can't put Torah Shebechsav, which represents the name Yud-Ke Vav-Ke, in Torah Shebal-Peh, with the Torah Shebal-Peh, which represents Malchus. If you can't make them both equal, in other words, you separate them, and if you can't make them come together, if they're not agreeing with each other, in other words, they're not in unity. Because if you're going to work and you're only going to work on one, then you're going to separate the two. So what you're doing, as Yichud Zun, this causes a Yichud, a separation in Zun, rather than a Yichud, which is the aspect of the mouth and the heart as we have been talking about before. And now we see how it is that this works always.